Mic test. Mic test 2. Balls.
Every day.
Balls.
Every day. Hello, Internet. This is Jane, and you're listening to Jane Plays Games, Episode 3, which is actually posted on schedule this week.
Don't get used to it.
It's never going to happen again, so just revel in it while it lasted. I'm joined once again by the very handsome Jack.
Hello.
Yes, and I'd like to start with some updates and announcements, like a real podcast. I know, it's so exciting. Number one, first and foremost, Kingdom Death is here. If you listened to us last week, you know we were expecting it. I was really pumped to get it in. I had a wee little fangirl moment when the mailman came. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was pumped for it.
Super pumped. I actually couldn't wait for our nice camera to come in. If you're going to drink your Coke, it's fine. I'll edit it in post.
It's not going to make any noise. People are only going to know about it because you just said it.
It's fine.
What's up with that sponsorship?
Hey, yeah, come at me. We actually filmed it on Jack's cell phone, the unboxing, because I could not wait to open it.
Yeah, on my super high-tech Samsung Galaxy Note 3. I know.
Really advanced.
I know.
It's incredible.
I know you guys are out there like, how can you afford that?
Yeah.
But it actually
it did okay.
Decent quality.
Yeah. So don't judge us. This is a really poor first impression of our video content, I think. But I enjoyed it. It was a good unboxing. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing what the core game looks like, we don't have the expansions yet. We don't have our Kickstarter rewards. They have not come in yet. But I'm sure we'll do unboxings of those with our actual big girl camera as they come in.
Yes.
Yeah, but first impression, it's absolutely stunning, I think. It's so much work has gone into making Kingdom Death. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's compelling. Its attention to detail and kind of like overall Gothic Nouveau aesthetic is definitely something I'm interested in. And reading the rulebook, the actual gameplay looks completely immersive and unique to really any tabletop game that I've played as of late. What was your first impression?
I was surprised looking through the rule book that they tell you not to read ahead. I think they're very aware that it's a beast of a game, and your first, night of playing it is pretty much set up in the first part of the rule book, and it says, get everybody together, pick up your models, make your guys, and then just play. And as you go through, it teaches you how to play. So you're not thrown a massive rule book and it's like, hey, learn this and then start playing the game. It teaches you as you play, which is a excellent design choice. I
think so, because it is a beast of a game. Just looking at the miniatures that have come just with the core pack, it's astounding. It's going to be a huge game. Yeah,
it looks like there's a lot of management of a lot of different systems, and I'm pumped to sink my teeth into it.
Yep, so we'll probably be filming our first campaign here shortly.
Yep.
We're waiting for a couple other buddies. We do actually have friends who want to play games with us. It's not just me and Jack alone in a room playing games.
It's true. As much as I'd like it to
be. We have to interact. But yeah, definitely be looking forward to that. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we did get the big girl camera in. And our first stream will actually be tomorrow. What's tomorrow's date?
Tomorrow is
24th.
Well, today's the...
Or is it the 23rd now?
It's 23rd.
This is the 23rd now.
This is real late recording.
Yeah. So, Tuesday, October 23rd. Look out. We're going to be streaming... Is that...
Monday, October 23rd. You're confusing the people.
I'm drunk.
She's not.
Nope, just confused. Monday, October 23rd. We will be streaming Total Warhammer 2.
Yes, we will be streaming our campaign. Just full disclosure to everyone, it is on easy mode because Jane is learning, and hopefully it'll be a bit more cinematic because we'll be able to control the camera while each other are fighting, so we can get some cool shots of what's going on. But Yeah, you'll be getting in around turn 40 or 50 of our Dark Elves campaign.
Something around that, yeah. We're not super
that.
deep into it, but things have just started to get interesting, I think.
Yeah, things are starting to ramp up a bit. We need to fulfill our objectives, so it's a good spot to get in. We have a direction of what we're both doing, so a lot of the more boring minutia is hopefully out of the way, and you can just be watching the sweet murder and domination of the other races.
Pretty much. Well, your guy's like riding a dinosaur now, as of late, isn't
he? He'll be riding a dragon soon. Oh. That's I'm waiting the dream.
For my Goth Pegasus to come in. Waiting. But yeah, it'll be a good time. So definitely check in. I'll post a video and I'll be posting it on Twitter and Facebook. So if you're not following us on any sort of social media, you definitely should be, because that's where I'll be posting stream times. So I think, look at us. We actually did announcements this time. We're like a real podcast, growing every day.
We did it.
Now, usually this is a part where I talk about the games I kind of played this week and what I thought of them, how I'm faring kind of gameplay-wise. But considering I only picked out my new games for the week, like yesterday, I thought I'd kind of change things up a bit and just kind of chat for a moment about how overwhelming. That's a good one. Overwhelming gaming can be for newcomers, and especially, I think, girl newcomers. And diving into like the types of game I'm loving, the types of games I'm hating, and what I'm still wanting to try out a little bit.
You bought yourself a bunch of games this week too. What'd you get this week?
I got The Witcher 3. I got the Batman game you recommended. What is it called?
You got the remasters of Arkham 1 and Arkham City.
Yeah. And I got Fallout 4 because I've been wanting to play that for a while. So Witcher 3 and Batman came highly recommended by Jack, and then I kind of went out on a crazy limb and decided Fallout 4 would be a good time. So that's what I'm kind of sinking my teeth into. And it's funny to me because these are all kinds of games I thought I would hate going into this. Like I was almost oblivious. I thought, the different kinds of games and like what I thought I'd be interested in. I thought I'd be more into games like Ori and the Blind Forest, where it's a simple design. It's more cut and dry. It's not complex. You don't have to have a lot of gamer knowledge to kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I wanted to kind of get you into kind of simpler indie titles because they're doing a lot of the old throwback to a lot simpler games that the big studios don't make anymore. Mm-hmm. And you've pretty much universally not liked them or not been interested in them at all. And if you have no interest in them, then you're not going to like them to begin with.
Yeah.
But the games you've been into have been a bit more complex or a bit more run and gun. What did you think of XCOM 2? You did kind of try that out a little bit.
I liked it. I think it's going to take some learning. I've never played a game like that. So I really did like it, though. I think it's an interesting sort of style.
Well, I know you, the only game that I know you've put a lot of time into in the past is The Sims.
Yeah.
With the level of tactics that you're kind of looking for and the amount of kind of customization and build your own story, this is kind of a...
Violent Sims.
Yeah, it's the best way to put it.
No, and I totally, I didn't believe you at first. I didn't really catch that vibe until I started playing. I'm like, this is just Violent Sims with lots more aliens. And I'm into it. So I think I'll definitely pick that up again this week. But I started playing Witcher a little bit last night, and that was good.
Yeah, now that you're in on The Witcher, there's not going to be a lot of room for anything else.
No, yeah, it's pretty consuming.
Yeah, you've been up pretty late playing that, and I haven't seen you do that by yourself. For a lot of these games.
Yeah, because usually I like to play with friends or I like to play with Jack because 9 times out of 10 I need help or sort of direction. Speaking
of friends, I was thinking.
Okay.
So I've been playing games a long time, and I'm sure like a lot of you, online communities, you either love them or you hate them. Mm-hmm. And if you're one of the people that hate them, you pretty much play with your friends exclusively, and you really don't let anybody in that door. I was thinking about some of the friends that I've made, and kind of, we grew apart or just kind of stopped playing the same games, I was thinking about the good times I had with them. And I've discouraged you from kind of reaching out to the online community. And I'm going to stop doing that.
What?
Yeah, I want you to make your own choice on it. I played with a guy named... I don't know his real name, actually. Played with a guy named Larkendor back when we were playing WoW, if you somehow hear this, Lark. But we were a two-man goon squad. And I had friends that I knew in real life that played on the same server as me, were in the same guild, had way more fun with this dude. Played for years together. And I kind of forgot about that. And now that I'm thinking about it again, I'm like, I don't want you to miss out on that because it's a very interesting relationship.
Right.
It's a person you never met. It's a person you're probably never going to meet. And you spend a lot of time with them. And I don't want you to miss out on that. I kind of want you to make your own choice on the matter. My big problem is that I've moved around all over the U.S., so I've got a lot of friends in a lot of different places, and all of them play games. So I'm not really short on people to play with if I want to play a certain game. And I don't feel like you have kind of that same groundwork.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm one of the only... I don't have a lot of girlfriends to begin with, but I'm one of the only girls I know who plays the games I'm sort of interested in.
Well, even your guy friends, they just don't... They play one game.
Yeah.
And... like Overwatch, we've played it. I don't feel like you got super attached to it, so it kind of fell by the wayside. And really, that's the only online game your friends play.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've been playing with me and my friends, but I don't want to discourage you from trying to meet people. I mean, Xbox Live is a den of scum and villainy, but how else do you meet Han Solo?
There you go. Well, maybe I'll put my gamer tag. I'll put my gamer tag below. And if you want to play with me, we'll play together. It'll be fun.
Look it up.
For sure. But no, I think that's an interesting... because me and Jack were kind of talking the other day about sort of the gaming community and there being a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to especially girls in gaming or newcomers in gaming. Because I feel like a lot of the big titles coming out are kind of marketed... towards guys, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's a $1 billion industry. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. But I think they're kind of geared toward guys who have kind of grown up playing these games.
That's kind of been my thesis statement on this whole thing is, and the women out there, and you know who I'm talking about, who kind of criticize gamer culture. It's like, oh, you're attacking women. And it's like, well, a lot of guys have been playing these games for a really long time. If you're not very good, they're gonna come after you. Like that's the nature of how this is done. And if they know something about you, and I mean if you're on voice chat or your name or something, they figure out you're a girl, that's what they're gonna attack. Like I know there are scumbag guys out there attacking women because they're women. I'm not denying that. But if you're doing bad, people are going to attack what they know about you. Like, they're going to say whatever, whatever racial slur they can say about you, they're going to say about you. So, whatever race you come from, they're going to say the meanest thing they can about you. If you're a girl, they're going to say
the meanest things.
Yeah. People are just going to come at you. Like,
I mean, I was kind of thinking about that today because, like, when I was writing down, talking points for this podcast, I was kind of thinking, a lot of women think it's a culture problem that, games aren't really designed for women or not designed for newcomers or designed for us. And I don't think it's a culture problem. I think it's a comfort zone problem. I think a lot of women are kind of scared because they've been kind of led to believe that it's a toxic environment and it's not a fun place for girls when all I've had is fun. You know what I mean?
Well, it's one of those things where you need to be hesitant about putting yourself out there. Like,
sure,
you need to be, what level of discretion to use when you're online talking to strangers. Like, somehow that doesn't apply when you're on, voice chat on Xbox Live or Steam or something like that. I just find that the rules that have kind of governed on how you act on the internet suddenly go out the window, and then you're offended when people have personal information about you and use it to attack you. It's like, I'm not defending, the environment one way or the other, but it is what it is. Like, you want to win. Like, and if somebody is dragging you down or perceiving to drag you down, people come after them. I mean, do people come after them too hard because they're shitbirds?
Sure.
Yeah. But it's the way it's always been. I mean, ever since Doom, shit talking has been part of the culture. And there's not a lot changing that. Like, journalists can write a bunch of think pieces about how gamers are dead or bad or whatever. But, me and my friends are essentially the titular gamers, and we've invited you in with no problem.
Yeah, no, it's never been an issue. I mean
well, I think myself and Rolk have gotten more mean comments over Xbox Live than you have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, people understand that you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So they don't send you nasty Xbox Live messages, but when me and Rolk are last man standing in Siege and do something stupid,
you get shit on every time.
We get a message from some guy like, what are you doing? And it's like, okay, yeah, I screwed up, dude. But you have yet to get one. Nope. You have yet to get a mean message from somebody. It's because they understand that either A, you're AFK, which...
What is AFK?
Away from the keyboard.
Oh.
They don't think you're even there. So they're not...
Hey, I'm not that bad anymore. I'm learning.
Well, we haven't played Siege in a while.
No, yeah.
Or they understand that it's like, okay, this person doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's no point in yelling at them. Similarly to why I don't yell at you.
I started getting yelled at. We talked about that.
Well, why I didn't yell at you at Siege.
Yeah. I'd like to play Siege again now that I've kind of honed some skills.
I think it'd be fun.
We might stream that.
I like that the rounds are fast. I mean, we're not... Me and Rolk aren't really good at it either. Rolk's our other friend who plays Siege with us.
You'll meet him one day.
And while we're not necessarily very good at the game, the rounds are so fast and we're usually having so much fun that if we get blown out, we get blown out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But usually we're having a good time.
No, yeah, definitely. And, I was just kind of thinking about, the different kinds of games I've been playing, and these are all the kinds of games that I was kind of led to believe going into this that weren't really designed for me or I wasn't going to like for reason A, B, and C.
It's for the hardcore audience, and I think you coming from a background of not playing games, and like you tried Gone Home, and that didn't really stick. I think for you, if there's no interactive aspect of it, you've read books, you've read comic books, and you've been a part of other mediums that you're like, if you want a static medium, like you understand what your options are for that. Like you want something that's where you can move and change, and the more stuff that you can affect through gameplay, it seems that is what's sticking. Like,
no, I agree.
Anything where you can just dig into it, you seem to be having a lot more fun than stuff that's just like, hey, go here, run and jump. Like, really light stuff has not gone well for you.
No, I feel like it needs to be completely immersive for me to enjoy it. Like, I need to feel something. Like, I need to feel a part of something. And, yeah,
well, you want to affect the minutia.
Yeah.
Like, that, and that's what Total Warhammer is giving you in spades.
No, and it's interesting. So is that kind of why you picked Witcher 3 out for me, is because of that gameplay? Like, what kinds of games should I be looking for? Knowing what you know about what I'm into and what I'm really drawn to now, what kinds of games can I kind of be on the lookout for?
I'm kind of honing it in. Witcher 3 is because you liked Skyrim. And Witcher 3 is just
It's an organized Skyrim.
Yeah, it's the best version of that kind of game, in my opinion.
I think so. It's good.
And I think the next step is to kind of get you into the real classics of games. Like, I would love for you to play Chrono Trigger.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, that's kind of new we're dealing with here, people. I'd love to see you sink your teeth into some like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, like games that are just on people's Mount Rushmore of gaming, and for good reason. And I think that's the other direction I'd push you in. I mean, The Witcher's going to keep you occupied for a while, and I've got a Steam library chock full of games. So that's where we'll go from here. We'll get you in some Witcher. We're also, get Vermintide, Total Warhammer, and we'll try to meet some people for you and see what that kind of interaction is like for you.
I know. I want the completely immersive. Like, I want the gamer experience. I want everything. I want people to shit talk me. I want to make friends with strangers on the internet. I want the classics. I want the weird shit. I want it all. And I think that's kind of where we're going. And I think it was overwhelming, and it kind of is overwhelming because there is so much, and there's so much I'm not even aware of yet. And I think that's what became a little stressful for me this week.
Yeah, you had trouble focusing.
Yeah.
I think once you got The Witcher, you were able to get back. But I mean, between being sick and Kingdom Death coming in, and just a lot of stuff going on, you just couldn't focus up on a game that you wanted. And every time I come home from work, The Witcher's been on. You've been progressing, and it seems like that game's going to stick, which I'm psyched for. And just pumped. I'm glad that this is... I was worried from the beginning. They're like, oh, I want to play games. And, any guy out there that's listening that's had a girlfriend that's like, oh, I want to get into gaming. You know how well that's gone. It's been 10 minutes, and they're like, oh, are we done? That's the main concern I've had.
I haven't hit that wall yet, I don't think.
I don't think you're going to. I think girls want to be involved in what we're doing as kind of a, oh, look, I'm supporting your hobby and, I want to be part of it, when they really don't. But, playing on your own was one of the things that I've been pushing, because if you're not enjoying it by yourself, then you're not enjoying it. Mm-hmm. And you are.
Yep.
So...
And I think I was a little bit worried of that too. I thought I was going to start this big project, and we had this grand idea of kind of recording my experience with it all. And I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I would be over it by week 2, and I'm just, done. I've invested a lot of money for a project I hate. But
it's kind of swung the other way.
Yeah.
Where there's so much that you're having trouble picking because you like too much of it.
Yeah.
So the opposite problem.
Right. 99 problems. But Witcher ain't one. Witcher ain't one. We did it. Are you proud of yourself?
I'm very upset.
We did it. I'm proud of us. Yeah. Look at where we've gone.
Truly.
This is good. Well, I think...
Race to the bottom.
That's all it is. It's just a slow burn. That's all it is. But yeah, I think now I have a lot to play around with, and I think
next video is just gonna be us whipping and nay-naying kids.
Oh God,
yeah.
We could dab.
Ugh.
Oh, we should end every video with a dab.
Go away.
Oh, perfect. We're gonna have so many sick views
this is
now.
Now the Jane Paul channel.
Jane Paul.
I've never been more upset. I'm gonna take a shower after this.
You feel dirty, unclean. Yeah. You want to talk about it?
I don't like any of this.
So, I think this is a safe spot to kind of wrap things up, unless do you have anything you want to talk about or anything you've been playing lately?
Just more Dragon's Dogma.
You've been super into that.
There's just something about that game. I guess I like the Japanese take on a Western style, I guess fairy tale is the best way to put it. Mm-hmm. Knights, dragons, Western monsters. I always think it's interesting to see another culture's take on another culture's folklore. And, anytime, Americans do it, it's, people who want to raise their pitchforks and talk about cultural appropriation, which is stupid for many reasons. But
this is not a show about politics.
No, but the Japanese get away with it, and it's just interesting to see that. And it's things that you kind of take for granted, and like they just do it just a little bit differently. So it's familiar, but it's so different, and it's a flawed game. Like it really is, but the flaws make it memorable, and that's what I like about it. Is that it shouldn't work, and a lot of times it doesn't, but when it clicks, it's just great. Like I'm having a lot of fun with it again, and I've played through it before.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting because you're such a more of a hardcore gamer. Is that the correct term?
That's pretty accurate.
Sure. Okay, so you're that. So I've seen you play a multitude of games from when we started dating to yesterday, and I've never seen you as immersed and as sort of into a game in a long time since, when you started playing Dogma. I think it's interesting to see someone so seasoned get so into it.
Well, especially a game I've played before. I think the only other thing that I get that into is XCOM. Mm-hmm. Like XCOM with that drip feed of rewards and high stakes, like that game is made to be heroin for me. Like I don't play it as often. Like I don't turn it on because it's like, hey, do I have 6 hours to play this game? If the answer is no, I don't turn it on. Because it's like, I'm going to play 1 or 2 battles. No, there's no way I'm doing
forever.
That. It's like, I'm either going to play for a 6-hour stint minimum, or I'm not playing it. I don't have time for that. I just don't.
But no, yeah, I think it's always interesting to see what kind of games you're into. Do you think you have a favorite genre?
Definitely strategy games, but that goes back to the first real games that I got into. Mm-hmm. The reason I learned how to read is Shining Force 2, actually, and that's a tactical strategy game. Mm. I didn't know what was going on, and I was having a hard time with it, but the art style and like people progressing, and it was just interesting to me. And at the time, I couldn't read, and that's why I learned, is because I wanted to figure out, what are these people telling me? Am I missing, cool party members, or what's going on? Because I could really only play with my friend who was a little bit older than me. He could read, and he would read to me what was going on, so I knew where to go. Aww,
that's an adorable story. My heart. That's super cute. So strategy games are your favorite. I think they're slowly becoming one of mine too. Like I'm having the most fun with Warhammer, and what kind of game is The Witcher? It's role playing, yeah.
Yeah, The Witcher is it's a role playing. It's also a heavy action game. Mm-hmm. Like the fighting system where you have weak attack, strong attack, parry. Like especially on controller, it's a simpler combat scheme. But it's a heavy RPG game.
I'm enjoying it too. I think, if I had to pick 2 favorites out of the games I've started to play since we started this, I think Witcher and Total Warhammer have been my favorites.
Yeah, and I think Destiny and Vermintide are right there too.
Oh yeah, and all the games I thought I'd like are way at the bottom.
Yeah, they are not installed anymore.
No, they're not. I'm still enjoying every aspect of this, and I'm just really excited to see where it goes. And I hope you guys will follow us. But do you have any other announcements before I wrap this beach up?
Just want to give some shout outs. Hope Bickle, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, was the lead actress on our friend Mike Lombardo's movie I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, and she won Best Actress at Nightmare Film Fest. So
congratulations!
Yes, definitely check it out when Mike finally releases it. everywhere. I'm Dreaming of White Doomsday.
Yep.
I also want to plug my buddy Ryan Diaz.
Oh my God, we've not talked about Ryan at all.
He does a lot of comic book, a whole bunch of different art. He does commissions. We're gonna link him down below.
He did our logo.
He did do our logo. So we've done you a disservice.
I'm so sorry, Ryan. Oh my God, I can't believe we haven't talked about him.
He's the premier dog artist of West Palm Beach.
He's incredible.
But he's doing a really cool series of like superheroes in graffiti style.
Yep, they're
and
dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. So we'll link those up down below so you guys can check it out. Maybe commission something from him.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of commissions around the house.
We have the largest Ryan Diaz original collection in the Northeast, I believe.
Actually, Rolk might have more.
Really?
Yeah, he's commissioned quite a few.
Huh. We need to catch up then.
The art connoisseur. I was gonna say carnivore because he's an animal.
Yes.
I just couldn't get it out correctly.
Dope. No, I love it. But yeah, definitely we'll plug all of our friends. I'm so sorry we haven't pimped you out sooner, guys. We suck at this. But yeah. Insert sad sound clip here.
Well, look for us tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll be posting a little thing on YouTube and Facebook and everything when we start going. Do you have a time that you're thinking of?
No.
That's super helpful.
Probably around 6. I would say 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Cool.
That
I feel like that's
good.
an adulty time for a stream. People are off work. I feel like
we're both off work, so
it's great. We're gonna do that. But no, I think now that we have our camera in, we're gonna like stick to a big girl schedule. So you'll see new podcasts out on Monday. We'll start streaming on Tuesday. I'd like to do like 3 live streams a week. I feel like that's doable.
Yeah. We're gonna be ramping up the content pretty significantly.
Yep.
Hopefully it's content that you guys actually like. And if it's content that you fucking hate,
please let me know so I stop making it.
Let us know, because if you guys aren't liking it, we'll probably stop doing it unless we really like doing it, and then we'll let you know that
fuck you. Yeah, definitely look for us then and keep up with us and stalk us on the interwebs and let us know what you're thinking. But yeah, if definitely turn in for the stream. It'll be a lot of me just getting wrecked often and well, and Jack actually playing like a real gamer with actual skill.
Hooray!
It'll be a good time. Yeah, but until next Monday, this has been Jack and Jane for Jane Plays Games, and insert clever sign off.